started recording. The recording's doing that awful strobe light thing again, so hopefully I can actually take some time to fix that before the next time we play. But, yeah, I will go ahead and start. I rolled a 17, so that is the number that we're...
Son of a bitch.
Ooh. I rolled a 19.
Okay.
11.
I rolled a 15, so I think that would be a tie between me
Yeah.
and Jackson.
Steven, what do you got?
I got 8.
Okay, so it's not you. Yeah, let's have Heather and Andrew roll it off.
20. Oh my god, why do I start with a 19 and a 20?
Getting him out of the way now.
No.
I got a 6.
You're gonna roll like shit the rest of the night.
Did you say a 6?
I got a 6.
Oh, dang.
Alright, so, Andrew,
Oh, shoot.
what can you remember from a month ago?
So, preface this with, I kind of only remember the one main quest line, and that's about it, and no names or anything.
Right.
But, like, I remember we went outside the wall, right? And we visited, there was, like, an orchard type
Mhm.
thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Snow
Okay,
beetle.
that was last session?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, sweet. So, yeah, we had, like, a missing person, and so we went and talked to the family. And they're like a wealthy group of halflings, and asked us to go search for their son. We got a tip. Was the tip from them that he was at like this bar place?
Yes, that was where he's frequently seen.
Okay. So we headed there, and it turns out there was a literal hole in the wall that led us to the guy himself. But he had been turned into a were-rat?
Holy shit.
And
What the?
like wanted to hang out with people there because I think there were other like he had protection there, or possibly other were-rats or something. Oh no, wasn't it? He had like fallen in love with the.
Yes.
That's it. Though there could still be other were-rats there. I'm not sure about that.
There could be, but.
And then didn't we do something weird where we like doubled, like didn't we like hire that guy or something for something else?
So I don't think that you had talked to him yet, but you... And this is, like, skipping ahead a little bit. I don't remember if stuff happened in between there. But later on, you went to the Yawning Portal, and you were asking Bonnie, the barmaid there, like, okay, so I know that you probably don't want to do this, but are there any others from your group who would be willing to help us out? She's like, oh yeah, Vaniel, he runs the hole in the wall in Dockward.
Yes, right.
And that was the barkeep there, so...
So the barkeep,
right!
another doppelganger.
I think also he might be referring to he wanted it kept secret and paid us 200 gold.
Yes.
And we agreed to that.
I think it was to come with us as well, because we were like trying to collect the like 3 things to get to the treasure or whatever.
So at that point, at that point when you were at the bar, you didn't know that he was a doppelganger yet. There was a deal that they were going to pay you an amount of money less than what would have been paid out to the Zentarum. But pay you guys an amount of money, yes, to lie to his family and the Zentarum. Yeah.
We got paid for that, doubled back, and then hired him with his own money.
I believe so.
Yeah. I have notes that it is the barkeep that Bonnie recommended. So that's it. I don't think we've actually gone back.
Okay. Well, that's about what I remember.
So basically, I had basically everything that you had said, plus we went to the Yawning Portal and asked Bonnie if we can hire a shapeshifter mercenary. Daryl had returned, and Bonnie recommended Vaniel at Hole in the Wall, which is the barkeep, who is her brother, the guy that we just spoke to, is what I have in my notes. And I remember us having a moral confliction of whether we should take him or not, because we don't know if he will survive the whole thing, because we're not entirely sure how this whole key thing works. And then I also have that we went to Imbric and Avi and bought our adamantian bar that we
Oh,
needed for
that's right.
750 gold points and free drinks for
The month.
yeah.
And did you guys
And
pay
they
for
were
that?
like, what the hell?
So we paid 2 gold bars and we still owe 1 to them. Is what I
Okay.
have too.
Yeah, because we're gonna make it the never pay 100% until you have services received.
Yeah, that's what it was. You're right.
Okay.
I think that pretty
Make
much
sure.
covers it. Like, let me skim through this again.
Church keys. I've been looking for those little suckers all day.
Oh, and the place outside the wall that we went is named Undercliff.
Yes.
Was it
So
under
the
cliff or was it
city-
under hill?
Town was under.
City surrounded by cliff. It's under the cliff.
A cliff that
Sunny
Sunny
tr-
almost tried to
I
climb
was
down, right?
Like, try
Yes.
down that. Didn't want to take off one of her 9 lives.
And do you guys
Oh.
remember, did we end on a long rest, or was there still time left in this day?
I believe it was. Hold on, let me look. I believe it was a long rest,
Also, I
or
would
we
like to
or we
add,
had just finished a long rest.
I would like
we
to
hadn't-
add to. I also have in my notes that when we stopped at the Yawning Portal, I asked my friend if she had info, and she's about the guy that we were spying on.
Mm-hmm.
And she had said that he goes to bed pretty early, acting weird, like he has to go to bed by a certain time, and is discouraging people from going under the mountain. I had forgot about that entire quest, honestly. That's the only other thing I see in my notes, though.
That one's easier to forget, especially when we have so much time in between sessions, because it's just like, keep an eye on this guy. And
Right.
not like, do something now and have an immediate outcome.
Did you have it in your notes, or does anyone remember if we returned to the family of the were rat guy, the halfling family, and like, because I know we were waiting for a minute so that it
The
would
snow
seem like we had spent plenty of time searching for him before we said no dice. But
the snow beetle family.
yeah,
No, I don't believe we did go back. We had just gotten back, or like done talking to the guy, and that's when we went to the Yawning Portal and asked and talked to Bonnie.
Okay.
And then went and bought the brick of adamantium from Imbric and Avi, but I don't think we've even finished that day yet.
so that would be another pending like 24 or 48 hour type thing.
Yeah.
We'd return and say we couldn't find your trail.
And then for the adamantine bar, that's something that was like being commissioned, but they don't have that quantity just on hand because it's an expensive metal. So that's something that they were going to procure for you and get probably the next day, I think.
Right. You're right. It was something that they had to like order in. Oh, that's quite a bit, honestly.
Yeah.
I think that brings us up to speed.
Now, I do think that it would be like near the end of the day if we haven't already done long rests. Because I mean, you guys went outside of the city, walked all the way to that orchard, talked to the family, walked all the way back to Dockford, talked to people there, walked all the way back to Yawning Portal. So like a good portion of
We
the day
tired,
has
yo.
yeah, a good portion of the day has been used up if it's not the next day yet.
We got our steps in.
Yes.
I think we should go home and check our little stash from the rats.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about them.
I never forget about it. I want to check it all the time.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot. Holy smokes.
That's what I needed that book for. All right. Uh,
Roll
You're welcome.
tables.
I was gonna grabbing all the books that I thought we would need, and then I just completely missed that one. Let's see.
Well, guess it's automatically a legendary item then. Plus 10 great axe.
I'm gonna call this our snack exchange. I think that's gonna be its official name.
All right.
The rat snack exchange.
So is Tink the
Well,
one
it sounds
checking
like
it
we're
out?
snacking on rats.
Yes, please.
All right. So two things. First, I need you to roll a d20.
Alright. I rolled a nat 20, believe it or not. It'll be the only one I roll tonight.
Yeah! That's the one to roll it on.
And then I need you to roll d100, which is the two d10s for a percentage.
100. 99.
2D. Let's see,
So usually one of them will have like 10, 20,
the 0.
30, and then
Yeah,
yeah.
I got a 73.
Okay. So there is the first item is a very nice looking acorn. And the other is a small bronze statue of a heroic man with a spear.
Heyo.
Alright.
Jeez,
Like a
how
little-
big is this thing?
Yes.
Like a figurine. It would have been hard for rats to carry, but
Okay,
Man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave like a sizable chunk of food out there as reward for that.
Tip.
I'm gonna like bring it back in and be like, guys, the rats they left us an acorn and a statue. Look at this acorn, it's so nice.
the sad part is, that was the chart that you rolled the 20 on.
Are you kidding me? It was the acorn.
Yeah.
Of
'Cause it
course
was-
it was.
One piece of mundane treasure and one pocket filler, and the 20 on the pocket filler list was an acorn.
That sounds about right, honestly. Damn. Could I make a history check to know if the small bronze statue might be worth anything?
Yeah, go ahead.
12 plus... Oh, plus 6, so 18?
Okay.
Excuse me.
The statue is a character from a children's story, so it's not something that's necessarily valuable, but it's still a chunk of bronze.
That's fair. What I know based on like feeling how heavy it is versus like a bronze coin, like approximately how many bronze coins worth it is.
That is a good question.
Or since you recognize this character from a story, that would be a children's story, you could tell the dragon and like potentially extra
Ooh.
value for it.
Yeah, do I know the story behind it?
Um, you were 18. You know the story, but I, the DM, do not.
Rude.
Doable.
Yeah. Failing on the homework. I see how it is.
Well, it's literally like a third party book that has just a bunch of tables, so it's not an item specifically from the campaign. It's just,
Uh,
yeah.
so like, does it say like a specific story? Does it just
No,
say some?
it's,
Okay,
yeah,
so
it's
I
just
can
figure.
make up
Oh,
anything I
yeah.
want.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Alright, I can work with that.
And if you didn't want to make something up, you could just BS it and say, like, I tell the dragon the story. Cool. We're good. But
Wow.
I
Wow.
expect a fairy tale
I'm gonna say no, no, no,
Exactly.
no.
with a thesis statement and everything.
well, I'm just saying.
We don't
We
I'm just
have
saying if.
grown from that, Hallie. God.
Well, I'm just saying if the DM doesn't have a story prepared, I don't expect you to have the story prepared.
Well,
Something
I
on your
mean,
ass.
Heather in Curse of Strahd would have taken that option, but Heather now would be offended by even given the option.
That's fair.
Now we have to wait long enough though for me to come up with a story. Because I don't have one just off the top of my head. Aside from the classic, once there was a small dragon, and that dragon dreamed of the day. Oh shit. Are we going to sleep now, guys?
Yep.
Alright. Long
And
rest it is.
based on weight,
Oh yeah.
let me see. Sorry, I'm doing some math
I
here.
totally forgot that I even asked that question. Got distracted by the story. Nothing else mattered after that.
Of course. The DM's failure is the only thing that matters.
Yes. Shit.
It would be worth 5 silver pieces if you're just going based off of metal value.
Well, that's disappointing. It's definitely going
It's
to the
small. Yeah.
I was definitely picturing it a little bigger. It'll go to the dragon then. I mean, that's what the fund is for, anyways, honestly. Let's be real.
Actually,
What do you mean, actually?
I was just rethinking. It would be closer to a gold point, but still, like a gold point for this little child's toy, basically. Uh,
Uh,
probably still more
that's fair.
valuable to the dragon than.
Especially with the story behind it.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
holy shit.
I mean, it's a shiny thing that comes with a story. So yeah.
Right. Damn. Really talking this story up, though. It makes me have to really make a nice one.
Better be
Damn.
good.
Yeah, there's a lot of expectation behind it now.
So I was going to say
Alright.
go ahead and mark off a long rest, but I don't think that anybody actually used any like spells or anything.
I didn't think I marked it off anyways, just in
Yeah.
case, but I didn't see anything used.
Yeah, I marked it as well. But I didn't notice it either. I think it was mostly just talking and stuff. What the fuck?
What?
What'd you
I'm
do this
sorry.
time?
My page just disappeared. I was on my character sheet, and it's just gone, and even my back button is like grayed out where I can't even hit it or anything. Like it's just gone.
Well, Tink is dead.
I died. What the
What?
fuck? Jesus.
Well, here's a link
Oh,
for your character
yeah.
sheet if you want to just try clicking that and see if it
Well,
works.
I mean, I'm still on Google. That's what confuses me. It's like I opened a new tab, and yet, like, I hadn't even touched my mouse. It was just gone. I'm back
It's
in.
Strahd. Strahd's behind all of it.
Bastard.
Dude, sometimes I wonder. Shit. Alright. Let me check. What did we do before last time? Okay, we had our opening day. That's not very relevant.
We basically just had a session that was like the first day of business.
Right. So the time before that, we went to the Blackstaff Tower, told the dragon, we told them that we resolved the dragon situation peacefully. That's when we were told to observe a person over the next 10 days. And was also told that the real guard guy was tied up in a closet. So they figured out that the doppelganger was who we fought.
So looking back, it looks like as far as side quests go, you guys are pretty much caught up, except for that one that takes 10 days of in-game time.
Oh, okay. That's
Oh, that's right.
what I was wondering. Right, the time before that is when Jackson had convinced those rats to leave us stuff. We haven't had that going very long. Yeah,
Yeah, it was only the second haul, I think.
I think so. Well, uh, shit. Well, we should probably go see the fucking dragon then, but I don't. I'll just have to kind of bullshit my way through it, I guess, and see how good of a story it ends up being.
See what kind of salesman you are.
How much would a fishing pole cost? If we're gonna go visit the sea, we might as well bring a fishing pole.
That is a great idea.
And some bait.
Nerd.
You guys can talk with the dragon. I'll just pull my hat down and catch some fish.
There
Let
would
me
probably not be any
see.
fish near a dragon. Just saying.
I mean,
Okay, good point.
speaking of fish, in real life, my dad and I went fishing last weekend, weekend before last, and my dad massively outfished me. He caught 7 catfish. The limit is 10. I caught 2 and a carp. And we're like all excited because we're like, holy shit, this is the most fish that we've ever caught. Yeah. Then it took another like 2 hours to fucking clean them all. And it was like 10 p.m. and we were pissed.
Cost. I add cost to my search here because everybody's talking about How do I weaponize a fishing rod? What would I do? Steven, I have your next character idea.
Oh,
Uh,
Hell yeah.
giving us ideas.
Someone who like specializes in exotic weapons, and it's a fishing pole.
Yeah.
Alright, so fishing tackle is an equipment item
Can
in
you
here.
imagine having like a weighted spearhead on the end of a hefty fishing line? Or like a mace ball that you could just cast it?
That would be insane, honestly.
You
Or
wouldn't
just a
need
giant
extra.
hook.
You wouldn't need extra
Giant
ammo
hook
unless you
and a
critically
net and a
miss.
trident. Catch them, reel them in, throw the net on them. Trident. They're done.
That's an idea.
You could also use the fishing pole to trip if it counts like a whip, because you can use whips to trip. The fishing master, the fisher king.
Oh my god, Hallie, you're trying to kill my computer. It's flipping out. I can't even exit out of that window. There we go. It kept insisting that I had to sign in, so it was like opening a third window. I'm like, every time I tried to click the X, it just would like make the like ding noise.
Oh no.
When you're clicking. I was like, oh my god, what are you doing? My computer's just having issues today. I mean, it is kind of old.
What the heck?
Would you quit dinking around with that little X mark?
What?
She said she keeps dinking the X mark.
Oh.
What?
Or something.
Okay, so I found some rules for fishing in D&D 5e. It is assuming that you're spending the entire day fishing, but we could just scale it back a little bit for whatever got rolled.
Sounds good.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Stop. Okay. Sorry, I created a new Reddit account so that I wouldn't accidentally, like, mark anything on some of the Bellingham drama with my main account. And now it's asking me, are you sure you want to keep this automatically generated name? We're not going to let you read anything until you say yes or no. Alright. There we go. Okay. Finally. Alright, so you guys are going to the harbor, or what's
Yeah.
everyone doing?
I guess so.
And then we'll go out in our painted boat.
Is Jackson picking up some fishing equipment before you go?
Oh, right.
As long as it's on the way, or if it's at
I mean,
Dockward, I
there would
can
be
get it
stuff.
there.
There would be something in Dockward that you could just stop and
Okay.
pick up.
I looked it up too. Was it 1 gold for
Yeah,
the kit? Okay.
yeah. 1 gold for rod, line, bobbers. So just like your basic fishing gear is 1 gold total. And is Brunor gonna fish? Steven?
Hello?
He already
Hello?
went fishing.
Oh. I was just wondering if Brunor wanted to fish too.
Uh, yeah, why not?
Or Sunny. I mean, seems like Sunny would be happy to have fish, but I don't know if she wants to actually do the work to catch them.
Yeah, Sunny is very uninterested in making that effort.
Alright.
She already hates being in the boat, so
I'm gonna go ahead and subtract a gold.
where's the
Alright. So you guys go ahead and take your boat out. Are you planning to like do some fishing first or just go straight out to where you said you'd meet the dragon?
I mean, I'm pretty excited to tell my story, but
Alright.
Buying time for the story succeeded.
That's one thing that I was like, yeah, we could go ahead and just mess around with fishing and give her a little bit more time to figure something out here.
I think I'm just gonna wing it. I'm as ready as I'm gonna be.
Alright. So you guys go ahead and take the boat out, and after waiting around for a few minutes, and the uh oh sorry
Oh,
uh
W?
sorry, I've been so tired. Um,
Shit.
Zelifarn comes up and swims up to the top. Um, oh, you guys are back so soon. I'm glad to see you again. I just didn't think you'd be back this quickly.
Yeah, well, turns out we had a pretty interesting day, and I just could not wait to tell you about it.
Oh, I'd love to hear about it. You guys are the only people I get to talk to, so this is great.
So, we went and we met with a king, and the king told us about this big bad dragon that was up on this mountain, and
So
how
the
he
king
was just so bad.
is the king racist, or is this actually a bad dragon?
Hold on, hold on.
Okay, sorry.
No. And he said how we need to just go take care of it, you know? And of course, knowing you, I knew obviously there must be some sort of misunderstanding. So we got up to the mountain and we found this dragon, and he was like super chill. Had this big old stash, pretty alright, but he was, you know, relatively taken aback by having some people come up onto him. And after some talking, he agreed. Now he's a bit too far to come visit, but I told him a little bit about you, and he wanted me to give you this statue, which was his favorite of his collection. And he thought that you would really appreciate it.
He just gave up this little statue?
He really felt for you being all alone. Well, not he kind of related to that because he's all alone on his mountain too.
Which mountain is it? Maybe I should go out there.
Yeah, which mountain is it?
Is that at Mount Waterdeep? Is that like right behind us?
No, it was really far away. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure what that even if that mountain had a name. And my understanding is like he was kind of bound there by some curse. That's
Oh,
why
that's
if
awful.
he really
Oh,
could, he
Lord.
would come. But That's why he gave the statue instead.
Is there any way we can help him?
I would if I could have, honestly, because I really felt bad for him.
Well, like what kind of curse? Maybe I could help.
Feel bad now, don't you?
I do. I feel like a piece of shit. Jesus. I'm not. We did our best
I
at
mean,
the time.
it couldn't have been too far because I just saw you 2 days ago. So I'm wondering if I could make it out there.
Oh my
So
god.
we had to use some magic stuff to create a portal to get to him.
Oh wow.
I really don't know where this mountain is. I just know that he is unable to leave and we are unable to go back.
Digging our grave here, aren't we?
I think she saved herself
Jackson
there.
just tips his hat brim
make
up
a
and is like, "Yep, happened just like that. Yep."
make a deception check with advantage.
Oh Jesus.
Jesus Christ. What have I done? Why did I use my nat 20 earlier? I got
Hey,
a
you got a cool
15.
acorn for that.
Advantage. You know what, Hallie? Okay. 15 plus. I got a 16.
Okay. Yeah, he's a bit confused by the story, but he believes you.
Jesus Christ. I put my notes. Barely deceived the dragon. Jesus.
Good grief.
Hallie, could you
I
put
did
fishing
not
gear
think that through.
in my
Shit.
equipment?
Yes.
And then while we're out here, are we going fishing?
Well, after you're done talking to the dragon, I assume, or are you fishing while you're talking to him?
Probably while they're talking.
All right. Well, we'll still just conversationally we'll do one thing at a time, but
I started fishing midway through that story
okay.
as it as it was going off tracks.
Went so far off the track. Jesus.
Am I adding the fishing gear for both your inventories?
I tried searching for it, and I didn't see it. So if
You
you
didn't
could, that'd
find
be
it? Yeah,
great.
okay.
Also, after I gave the dragon the statue, did just take it. It's not gonna
Well, it's still
give me
talking to
anything in
you. It's just
return.
Hallie, the DM, is trying to juggle
Harass you.
fishing gear and deception checks and
You're good. I'm sorry. I just realized that I was like, wait a minute.
No, he's not gone. He's
I got
just well, I feel bad that I can't do more to help. But I don't know. Is there anything that I might be able to dig around for in that shipwreck that could help him out in some way?
I mean, if you can find some, I know people have probably lost weapons of some kind. Like, we might be able to use something to possibly be able to, help break him out. I'm not really sure, though. I'm not
And
making any guarantees. Like I said, we're pretty sure we can't get him out, but I'll do my best.
All right, so I'm gonna have a couple of rolls for you. First off, figuring out if we're finding a magic weapon or a normal weapon. Go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
10.
Okay. Let's see.
Sorry, guys. Oh, it's away for a second.
We missed you.
Were we rolling on fishing?
Not yet.
She is having me roll for what the weapon I'm getting from the dragon.
Oh.
Because it asked how it could help, and I was like, well, if you find a good weapon, we'll see if it'll help.
I mean, what weapons do priests even like? What's your fancy?
The Holy Bible? You say priests?
Yeah.
What?
You're rolling, right? Aren't you a priest?
Cleric and D&D, but
Oh,
yeah,
right.
yeah, basically the same.
I was like, I have no
My bad.
idea what you mean by priest.
I had
Yeah,
World of Warcraft on the brain.
I honestly have no idea if what it's gonna give me will actually be useful for me, but that's the best I could come up with on the spot when it asked what can help, what can I do to help, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit, I didn't expect to have choice.
I mean, yeah.
So
That
go
one
ahead
seems
and
easy.
roll a percentage again. The 2d10s.
Okay. I seem to have a little better luck with that. We'll see. I said that. I got a 14, I think, because I got a 10 and a 4.
I think that those added together equals 14. Count
Shut
it on
the
your
fuck
fingers.
up. Shut up. If I could murder you, I would.
It might be a little difficult because you've only got 10 fingers.
All right,
The
so
Holy Bible only.
that would
Just
be
beat you with that.
a. Let's see. So it just says +1 weapon. So it looks like you mostly do just spells.
Yeah.
I was going to just like make it a better version of a weapon that you have, but that might not actually be entirely useful. So I'm going to randomize this a little further. Maybe. Dang it! Player's Handbook is still.
Yeah, looking back on it, I should have like asked for a spell or something. But
Well, the
I
magic
panicked.
item thing that I was having you roll on had a mix of like items that would help buff certain things or weapons. But a 14
Gotcha.
is 0 to 15 is +1 weapon. So let's see here.
What do you have equipped right now? Like a staff or something?
I don't use weapons. I just use my spells. But like, I have a dagger, short bow. Yeah, just a dagger and a short bow.
The Force is my ally.
So since there's not a thing that would be like obviously useful to you anyway, then we're gonna do some more randomization here. Um,
+1 gloves with spikes.
Am I the only one that heard Holly say do some?
I think so.
We're gonna do some more randomization.
all right, so 2 dice rolls here. First off, go ahead and roll a d6.
D6 is the square?
Yeah.
I got a 1.
Okay. So that means it's going to be a melee weapon. And then roll a d10.
Got too many freaking numbers in here. Oh, that's one of the percent guys, yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay. I got it too.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, that's basically what I would have just given you based on your inventory anyway. So you get a +1 dagger.
Hey, do you guys mind if I dip out real quick to go say goodnight to the girls? It's bedtime.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
I thought you were gonna get a +1 fishing pole.
That would have been great, honestly.
So I'm gonna go ahead and add that to your inventory. Basically, the +1, it's a magic weapon, so things that can only be damaged by magic weapons would be damaged by it. And it gets +1 to your attack roll and +1 to your damage roll.
Sweet, thank you.
So when you do have to use a dagger, it will just be better than it was before.
Is there any difference between like a short dagger and like a thrown dagger? Like D&D doesn't make a distinction, does it?
Not in 5e. In 5e, they're the
Okay.
same. Which actually,
P.S. At some point we should find some kind of, I don't know, enchanters or something in town. We can like put stuff on our weapons potentially.
so
Because I know we've been buying up armor and such, but we
that
could
is a
go
thing,
offensive.
but it's an expensive thing. So that was something that was
I
just
figured
kind
that
of,
might
yeah.
be, yeah. In fact, like so expensive, it's probably not worth it to put it on like base and +1s, probably.
In 5e, it really isn't as much. Like, I used to up all my gold in 3.5 to enchant weapons, but in 5e, like, you're better off just finding loot than spending all of your money
Gotcha.
on a small enchantment, in my opinion. Um,
Does it scale price based on the like like in other words, if you're enchanting like some god tier weapon, it's gonna cost a god tier amount. But
it
if it's like
does, but let's see.
okay.
So, yeah, enchanting something with a +1 enchantment is 500 gold.
Oh screw that. I don't
Yeah.
need an enchanted fiery sword. I'll just pour some wine on it and light it on fire.
Yeah, so it's something that, like,
We'll
it exists, you could do it, but, like, most of the time it's not gonna be as worth it. But I went ahead and added that to your inventory there, so, like, in the future you have that there, but, now you have a dagger with a +5 to hit, and then it gets +2 on the damage.
Sweet, thank you.
Yeah. And actually what I should do here. Oh, well, you don't have 2 weapon fighting anyway. I was gonna say, maybe he found 2 of them, but you only have 1 weapon fighting, so that wouldn't actually be helpful. Okay. So we got you a dagger there, and it is magic weapon, so it's a little bit stronger. Not sure how much it would help this dragon be freed from the mountain, but it is what it is.
You feel like a piece of shit more, okay? God. I feel so terrible. I really regret saying that that's what it was. Shit, I was like, oh, make it be happy it's about a dragon. Instead, just. Damn.
It's still all we just double traded snacks for a statue for actual useful stuff though.
Yeah, but at what cost?
It honestly reminds me, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but people do like videos where they start with something really crap, like a single Pokemon card or something, and they like do trade ups until they have like
There's
a car or
like
I don't know.
there's like a TV show that I've watched that's kind of like that. I've only watched it a few times back in the day, but
That's kind
pretty
of what this
crazy.
reminds me.
All right, so then moving on to Jackson Brunor fishing. Um, which the dragon is still there at this time. By the way, we're just kind of switching back and forth here because there's a lot going on in this boat. So can I have each of you roll a d20 plus wisdom?
Wisdom modifier.
Yes.
I'm not catching anything. I rolled a 2.
Okay.
8 plus. I think I have a minus on my wisdom, right? Sorry, I didn't have the sheet in front of me. I think it's like -1.
Yes.
So 7.
Okay. Um. So Steven, you said you rolled a 2.
Yep.
Okay. Um. You just end up catching some, like,
Seaweed.
yeah, some seaweed, some kelp, uh, just some random trash, basically. Um. And then for Jackson, oh come on, all of the tables, so many tables. Yeah, I'm better off Googling this instead of trying to search the DM guide for it. Nope. Okay. Well, I am not finding the table I was looking for. You found junk.
Nice.
I was just going to roll for what type of junk, but like basically, Jackson found some trash.
+1 trash.
So Jackson got some trash, and Brunor got some plants.
Hey, mine's worth more than yours.
I do say I found a boot.
Now, if you could get that boot dried out, then maybe that would be helpful. You could use that.
But I need a peg leg first. It's only 1 boot. Brunar?
Huh? What happened?
I need you to take out your great axe and give me a peg leg.
Oh. I don't agree with that.
I'm bound by my paladin powers.
All right. So while Brunor and Jackson were catching their trash, Tink was talking to the dragon, telling this story about this poor dragon in need of help, and got a magical dagger in exchange for this one gold trinket. Um,
A magical dagger is probably worth a lot if you feel like selling it.
well, the enchantment itself is
Damn.
500 gold, so
Oop.
yeah.
Look at that.
Or she could have a dagger that would actually like make a bit of an impact if needed in combat. But
I mean, because
either
if I
way,
were to use something, I'm probably gonna use my dagger. So it's actually pretty useful for
I was
me,
gonna say the
honestly.
plus to hit is probably kind of nice for you because since you didn't specialize in melee, that's probably what you need.
Right, because before I only had a +4 that gives it a.
Right.
Now it's +5, and instead of being a 1d4 +1, it's a 1d4 +2, so it's pretty decent.
um,
Considering I rolled like shit, like.
well, I appreciate you coming and sharing this story with me and giving me this gift. I only wish that there was more that I could do to help that poor fellow. Um, but if anything comes up, just let me know.
Yeah, I mean, we'll do the best we can to help him, but unfortunately, magic can really suck.
That it can.
But I'll definitely let you know if there's something we can do that, you can assist us with.
I mean, I don't know how much help I'd be. I didn't realize that you guys were being sent like by royalty away to other lands to help protect people. So really, little old me may not be of much help to you, but
It was
just
a
let me
rare
know.
and confusing time.
Well, even so, I feel a bit inadequate to help you, but let me know if there's anything that I can do.
Well, you have already done so much, so, like, don't think of yourself as so little. You're very helpful.
I appreciate you saying that, but I'm gonna go sulk now. Dives back down.
Jesus!
I guess side eye her.
God!
Uh,
Like, such a dick! Ah,
Oh.
we all have guilty consciences. We need to go see a priest.
seriously, like,
I mean,
God.
you have a cleric and a paladin on your team. You're good. Oh wait, the
Yeah, but
cleric's the
also
problem.
the most therapeutic thing we could do is go fishing. So let's do that again.
Jax is the paladin, right?
No, I'm
Brunor.
a fighter.
Brunor's a paladin.
Whatever works for you.
Oh God, there's no
I
hope
knew it.
for us.
Okay, halfling.
I was gonna say I turned to the paladin and ask him to like bless me for my sins or something, but never mind. God. Well,
I don't know if it's that she thinks all orcs are the same, or if she just doesn't think that Brunor is capable of being a holy figure.
the above. God, this took a turn. Good. Well, Do we want to do some? Guys, what are we doing? Let's move away from my fuck up.
I don't know. I'm showing the attention being elsewhere. Let's just keep focusing on how bad that was.
That was a fucking train wreck. Holy shit.
I was expecting like a fictional story, like a kid's bedtime story, and instead it was like, yeah, we did this awesome thing. Oh,
You know, I was trying to make it like a kid's bedtime story, but relatable to a fucking dragon, and it just took a turn. Okay, come on. Uh, it's like, I thought about being like, there once was this dragon princess, and I should have just went with that story. God.
You get an A for effort. And we told her a story, and she fell for it.
Yeah, I mean, at least that was the only good roll I made.
And be done with this bullshit.
Indeed, the ocean has blessed us with its seaweed and boots. We're done here.
Yeah. You just go ahead and give Jackson the old chunk of seaweed. Here you go, buddy. I caught you dinner. Like slaps it on his shoulder.
Now I'm camouflaged. Plus one to stealth. Blending into the sea.
Clearly.
At least.
all right. So you guys go ahead and go back into shore.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, that would be lovely.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and take a break here. Grab something to eat real quick. We'll be back in like 10 minutes ish.
Sure.
All right. Let's get the record back
Actually,
up here.
give me like 2.5 minutes. I'll be right back.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Just gotta think about them questions. Okay, I think last time we were trying to figure out if something potentially life-threatening or permanent might happen to the doppelganger.
If I remember right, I did not like how the question was worded.
Well, that's what I mean. I think they confirmed that it wasn't life-threatening, but it
I don't
sounded a bit like,
I
they could
don't
get
think that it was
permacursed, and
worded
then
that way.
I think he asked if like they would get hurt, and the answer was like technically no, kind of.
I'm pretty sure the
But like
answer
they could
was
get
not as a result of being used as a key or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, it doesn't
that's
rule
what it
out
was.
them getting
I
like
was
imprisoned for 10,000 years and not being hurt in that duration. or something.
I was
Yeah.
not comfortable with the answer.
So I think even if we just coach a little maybe on the phrasing and add like potentially like I don't even know. Permanent, I think, is like a word that could be
like
used
ask
to
specifically what will happen to the
yeah, or
doppelganger
there you go. Right?
that's brought as like the key or something.
Can we use like yeah, that actually seems like it would work, right? Because it would have to answer in equal specificity to at least something.
Right, and then like we can kind of go based on that answer as to like how to be more specific,
Yep.
It might just be like nothing will happen, and that'll really fuck with us. But Hallie, you're not listening to this.
I can
And-
mute if if you wanted to conspire.
And I guess if he still has questions and we want more side quests, you could also go really general and even like see what the stone knows about like hey stone, do you know any uh powerful wizards that need help or something? Like I don't know.
Hey, that's a good idea, honestly. I
And
never
it
thought
would
about
like
getting
the only thing
with.
is like that would often lead us into a trap knowing the stone, but at the same time it would still be like an adventurous trap.
Yeah, see your point.
So but
That
like
stone is
if
kind
it's
of
gonna be like 3 days downtime until our next big thing, we could potentially tease some sub things out of it. I don't know. And I guess lastly, early like it was like 5 campaigns ago or something, maybe even more. There was like this day that was prophesied or whatever about like potential danger in the city. I don't think we've inquired to it about that, though. Given that it's like vague prophecy, it might be hard to get.
So Founders
like,
Day is the day that was mentioned, and that is still
Yeah.
like 3 weeks away.
Okay,
And what is this
but we
supposedly?
don't know much about it. It was the one that like monk in the cave was talking about. It was like the first gray hand, I think.
I do vaguely remember that.
Let's see. That
I had totally
was
forgot about that. I don't like it.
no matter good deeds or evil, innocent blood shall spill on Founders Day. Be careful who you trust. That was like back in February. Oh my gosh.
How the fuck do you remember that, dude? Holy shit.
I remember
It
it,
seemed
but
ominous.
You know what, Hallie? Your job is to
Ominous
remember
enough
it.
to
Sitting here wondering why I didn't remember when I'm the same one that just made up the fucking story that I did to the goddamn dragon. God, walked right into that. I should have fucking thought that through. Jesus.
see, I could have just let it go, but what fun would that be?
You could have. God.
I like how Holly made you roll for it. She's like, this story has become a lie.
Oh, jeez. That's my only coworker. Uh, she is so fucking like so witty. Like I love it. It's amazing, but Jesus, she she just like always has a response to the shit that I say.
All right, I'm so
It's
sorry about
amazing.
that. I just came to a sudden realization that all I've eaten today was cereal, and my stomach said, "Oh."
Yeah, all I've had today is chips, but I grabbed a handful of candy, so I should be good for a little bit.
Yeah, we've pretty much been starving
Jesus,
because we
you
haven't been able to.
guys.
Well, we
I
can't afford food over here, so.
that's not
I
it.
mean, to be
I
fair, the
literally
only thing I ate was dinner.
I literally slept in until 3 o'clock in the afternoon today. Have just been dead tired, so really it's a matter of chips or something that doesn't require preparation. So
Yeah. So
Well,
I got.
I was up or I fell asleep super early, so I woke up at like 5 a.m. And so then I started working on my kitchen, and then I took a nap, and then still didn't eat anything until dinner, and I was like, no wonder I'm starving.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, cereal, more cereal.
I
Steven,
haven't had
while you
cereal
were
in
away,
like
we were sorry.
sorry.
I was just saying we thought about a few things to potentially ask the stone.
Oh.
One kind of specific about I think you had asked if like anything would hurt the doppelganger that like helps open the gate. We thought maybe another question about like what will specifically happen. And then like
Like
we also talked about an old like prophecy thing about that happens in 3 weeks that was like broader and more vague for any questions left. Maybe.
Okay. So what will specifically happen to the doppelganger?
Yeah.
and then like if its answer is still kind of vague, then you might be able to like narrow that down specifically to be like, will there be any harm to the doppelganger in during its entire time with us at the whatever or something? You have to like because it said that uh there wouldn't be any harm from using it as the key, but it didn't really like answer if there'd be harm otherwise, you know?
Or if they might have to stay there or something.
Yeah, like just because it doesn't die doesn't mean it's not imprisoned or.
Hmm.
So we want some reassurance that we're not gonna be killing
Hey,
or forever imprisoning Bonnie's brother, whatever.
so Bruno speaks up. He says, "Hey, Stony boy." Uh.
please don't call me that.
Hey. As far as you know, will the doppelganger make it out of this with us? Will he walk out of the dungeon with us?
Assuming that you make it out.
Okay, don't
I'll take
hold on.
Fair
that.
enough. Fair
Chat
enough.
before chat
Okay,
before we ask
so
another question. I don't like that only because just because he walks out doesn't mean that he's like mentally there.
Well, that's fine.
So I
it
would like
sounds like he's
clarification.
allowed out as much as we are,
Yeah, and
and no
I'm
harm
just
will
gonna,
be done because of
I'm
the
gonna
last
accept.
one. So
Yeah, I'm gonna accept that. That his fate is the same as ours, and move on.
yeah, I feel like that essentially covers the bases.
That being said, what was the other question?
What was the name of that day? The day of blood or something?
Founders Day.
Oh, Foundry Day. Oh, misremembered that. But there will be blood.
Yeah.
So I guess Rather than just being like, for the first one, like, ask it if it knows anything, to which it could just say yes.
Uh-huh.
Like, what specifically do you know is going to happen on that day?
All right,
Trying to
Stony
keep it
boy.
open-ended.
Question
Specific.
number 2. What specifically is going to
Yes.
happen on Founders Day?
Take that,
My
Stony boy.
my understanding is that there's some big festival for the holiday. I'm not
Damn it!
aware of anything specifically. Never shared anything with me about plans for Founders Day.
I guess I hold the last question in case we need it.
Well, that wasn't fucking useful.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's possible it doesn't know anything about that, or it's
Yeah.
possible that it kind of dodged one there. Hard to say.
And
I
I'm gonna
mean,
leave it at it doesn't know.
it sounds like probably doesn't.
Oh, there's
That
something
being
I should
said,
have had you guys roll for last session. Can I get somebody to do an investigation check for me?
I roll pretty
can.
high on that. I can get to my
Oh,
dice.
go ahead.
1, so we're not gonna ask me to.
I have a +3. What is yours, Andrew?
It is for investigation plus as well,
Oh shit.
and I rolled low.
I
6, so
got a
9.
19, so I
Nice.
got a 22 total.
Okay. That's good. That means nothing happens.
Jesus. Okay.
Oh my.
Hallie. What the fuck?
As you guys were asking questions about finding somebody to help you on the quest, I was supposed to have you roll to see if anybody was tipped off about you guys investigating that. But you're good
For what?
for the keys.
Oh.
oh, like somebody else might be like, oh, they're looking for the treasure.
Yeah, or like they're asking about doppelgangers, about shape changers. We better get a shape changer, like that kind of thing.
Shit.
It's like we've been in a lot of bars talking about stuff, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shape
we
changes.
don't really think about that shit, do we?
I just realized that when you guys were talking to Bonnie last session, that I should have had you roll. So, but you're good.
It's fine, guys. We just gotta hang out in more alleys.
So,
Questing.
Andrew had mentioned possibly asking about third party missions from the stone. It's like maybe you could ask it like if it had heard of any other treasures around or like
I still would
something like
focus on the
that.
main quest first.
Okay.
And then we could see if it's got any bigger better afterwards. Because
I
we're
mean,
so close to finishing this main quest.
yeah, but you have a open question anyways, so.
We may need it later in the day.
That's fair. But keep in mind, you can ask it about any. What is the closest? I don't know, like relic you know about or something.
Because for all you know, the second we solve this whole like thing, that stone goes away and like you lose the chance to even like ask it anything.
Hmm.
Or ask it about our manor.
Yeah, like there's a world of
But
options
we've done a
that you
lot
could
of history
ask
checks
it.
on that one, so
That don't limit it just to like that one mission because like there's a lot of things you could ask it and it might have information in them.
That's true.
and we have a half day before the adamantine bar comes in.
Also, what were we gonna do with her day? Also.
That's what I mean. We have like
Like, we
essentially
can't-
a half day
yeah.
to kill.
Yeah, like we
We
can't
could
just go
just
on.
do. I mean, I can always just go fight gladiator thing with the free day.
So I do want to mention, you guys going out to the harbor took a portion of the day. Then also, right
Bullshitting
now,
around there.
yeah. Also, right now, you guys are in the dock ward, which is where the hole in the wall is, and I don't think you guys I've actually like asked him to join you yet. So just
True,
before you guys wander off too far, then
Right,
That's
if it
the
would
thing.
be. Well, you guys, here's my thought.
Devil's advocate.
If-
God.
Right. He knows the benefits. He knows how to weigh the benefits versus the risks.
He
So
doesn't know half the fucking story. What do you mean?
That's kind of the job of a mercenary, though. So I think we propose the idea to him, and he makes the decision, and he's allowed to leave whenever he likes.
I think
So
that's
you're
fair.
gonna give him the whole story of what's actually happening? Because if we give him the entire story of what's happening, then I'm on board. Otherwise, Tink is out.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Just so we've consulted with a credible source.
No, I said whole story.
That we've
Your
consulted with.
information came from a magical stone that speaks in your head. And it
I mean, we
said
can.
that you need a doppelganger as sacrifice.
It didn't
Didn't
say sacrifice.
Did not say sacrifice.
It said
You're
he's
making
the key.
a big assumption.
I mean, mercenaries, like danger. Just let him know that it's going to be dangerous, and then we can
That's
inform
their
him at the gates about our knowledge of specific risks.
No! You cannot wait until at the gate. That is not giving all the information.
It
You
is
know what?
at the moment of choice, and then he will make a fully conscious and
No.
informed decision.
I agree.
No.
It's 3 against 1 on this.
You literally said give him all the information. What part of
We can
all
even
the
do it before
information
we
I
head
is
did
down
not.
into the
waiting?
dungeon. I'm okay with it, but like he
I
doesn't
did
need to know
not say give him all
now.
the information.
No,
You
if
said
he's
give him all the
if he
information.
no, I am not the one that literally said give him the all the information and let him decide. I'm pretty sure that was fucking Andrew, and now he's backing out of it. He literally said give all the information. I said if we're actually giving him all the information, then I'm on board. Tink is on board, but otherwise Tink is out.
And I'm down with all the information just later on down the road.
Dude.
My only reservation is telling him that we have an extremely valuable source
Yeah.
of knowledge, power, and information in our hand.
Yeah.
But that
If I
my
learn anything
point
from like
was
Treasure Planet, Treasure Island, is don't talk about the treasure
I was
until you're heading out.
exaggerating by saying that point, but my point was the bits that you guys had said was very, very minimalized. Maybe leave out that you got the information from a magical fucking stone, but like you should still include the point that like we don't know everything that might happen. All we
Yeah.
do know is that a doppelganger specifically is needed, and we don't know what will happen to said doppelganger in
Yeah, that's
order
fine.
for us to gain access.
And
Down
all we
with that.
know,
And
all
he
we
can
know,
make the risk assessment himself.
yep,
And
all
he's
we know
allowed
is
to
that
leave at any time.
his fate is intertwined with ours. So whatever happens to us happens to him. Whatever happens to him happens to us.
As
So we're
long
making.
as it is explicitly explained that way, then I am on board.
All right.
What are we willing to pay him?
Y'all,
'Cause obviously
y'all
we're going to
start
need to pay
fucking
him.
deceiving him, though. So help me God, Tink will be
Oh.
like such a
I say-
backstabber.
One, so
I say we
ha, ha, ha.
offer back basically what he already gave us to keep the hush money. So be like, here, take back the hush money. We'll just call it good on that if you do this, and then maybe some more, so that we can at least say he's paid and not just blackmailed.
Or like free drinks for life at our bar or something for him. Plus,
We can't keep
his,
giving
like,
out free drinks.
wife.
We're never gonna make any money.
I was gonna say no. I say giving him a good chunk of a good chunk of cash.
So he's not exactly a mercenary, right? I'm guessing this dude's just a bard. He might need a +1 dagger.
Get the fuck out. That's my +1 dagger.
Hey, let's go talk to him because I'd like to get some shit done instead of just
Yeah.
putzing around.
Yeah, I'm down. As long as we're open.
Brunar, inform this man of the danger.
Runar
Alright.
tells him
on character.
exactly what was previously stated.
So you guys are going to the bar?
Or tell him.
Or
Yep.
are you
Yeah.
guys... Also, are you guys just, like, arguing about this, like, in the street? Or...
100%
In
as
a
we're walking there,
Okay.
Tink emphasizes more that we have to be open about our intentions.
Alright. So you guys go to the hole in the wall, right?
Yep.
Okay. Vaniel, the person who was recommended by Bonnie, is just working at the bar.
Kitten, these chips aren't for you. Here, have a salt and vinegar
Why
chip.
the hell not? My persuasion is shit, but it'll be okay. Can I make a perception check just to see if I can see if anyone is very keenly?
Yeah.
Can
Plus 4. That's a mod 20.
Okay. You notice that a lot of the people that are in there are the same ones that were there the last time you were there. Nothing really stands out to you as people, like, obviously keeping an eye on you. But just regulars in the bar.
Can Tink do an investigation check to see if she notices like much like laying around or whatever? Gotta
Like what? What are you looking for?
just like anything out of the ordinary.
Sure.
I got an 18. Surprisingly.
I
Once again,
mean, it's
got my
just-
high roll for nothing.
it's just a bar. There's not really anything of note. I mean, you already know that there's a literal hole in the wall behind the counter.
That's fair.
So you guys just, like, standing around awkwardly in the bar, or
I'm up at the bar. I was waiting for her to be finished.
oh, okay.
Anyone welcome to come with me, or am I doing this solo?
I'll walk with. Not sure I make it any less awkward though.
Welcome back. Is everything okay? I hope there's not any issues with what we discussed previously.
Oh, there isn't. We have a couple of. We have a proposition. But do you think maybe we could?
Um,
Have some excellent beers on tap.
You cut out real bad there for a second. At the end.
You have, I hear you have some excellent beers on tap. Maybe we can discuss some business.
I'm actually going to. And he waves somebody down from a table in the corner. Hey, do you mind watching the? Okay, that is real bad crunching. Can you either crunch less or that's Steven just crumpling a bag in his microphone?
Jeez.
Okay. Oh, Heather dropped off. There she is. Okay. So he waves somebody over from a nearby table. Do you mind watching the bar real quick? And then he turns back to Sunny and Tink, kind of gesturing to where the hole in the wall was that Tink went in previously. Do you mind coming with me here so we can speak more privately?
I'm sorry, I just got back. Tyrone somehow exited me out of my Discord and my internet browser.
Well, the main thing that you missed was Steven crumpling a chip bag in the microphone.
It was Kitten, okay?
No, it was not.
Can you prove that?
So you're at the bar. Sunny was talking to the barkeep. He's asking you to speak more privately by going to the hole in the wall leading up to the attic. Hello?
Oh, thank you for catching me up. I was expecting Leona to say something. Sorry.
I think her mic's still cutting out.
Fine.
It's real quiet
Yeah,
now.
Leona, like the front end of your mic sometimes. It's like super muffled to the point you can't
It
really
sounds
hear
like
it.
you're at the end of a tunnel or something.
Yeah. It sounds less like a glitch and more like a, I don't know, maybe it's really angle specific or something.
I'm on my AirPods.
I'm thinking
Now
that
it sounds better.
I'm thinking it probably doesn't pick up until she's been talking for a second because it's trying to block
Or,
off background
yeah,
noise.
delay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I didn't think of that. Let me see if I can mess with the mics.
Yeah, it's like the first couple of words anytime you speak that just cuts off.
Might just try like saying something for a second that's not relevant.
Just
you know?
say, for a second. Yeah,
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
No.
pretty clear.
It worked.
All right.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and head with go. We're going with the manual.
Okay. And he turns toward Jackson and Brunor and mentions like, I would invite you as well, but I'm not sure that you would fit. But if you wouldn't mind just watching the bar while I'm gone, I'd appreciate that.
And Jackson gets a kick out of that. He turns to Bruno and he just snaps. He's like, damn, son. We just got dissed.
He called you fat.
Wait, I thought he meant you.
No, this is a hole that was created for halfling-sized creatures. Now, Sunny being a cat, she can squeeze through, but it's a little bit difficult for half-orc to.
So it's literally made for Tink. Like,
Yeah.
it's made for her size.
Yes.
I love that. I'm finally at home.
All right, so he leads you up there, closes the panel behind him, just in case anybody happens to walk in. And then what's his butt is also just still chilling up there. Whatever his name was.
What's his butt?
I don't even remember his name either.
He will forever be known as what's his butt.
Well, it's the kind of thing that, like, it was a character I didn't expect to matter after this point, but, he's there.
Shit.
Radicus.
Yeah, we'll go with that. No, he has a name. I just don't remember.
But
Let's see.
it's gonna be so underwhelming when you finally say it.
Dasher.
Oh,
And
fucking
Francis.
Dasher.
That's pretty underwhelming.
All right, so Dasher looks a
Dashers
little.
in our life.
Dasher looks a little surprised to see Tink again. And then turns towards Sunny and realizes this is a new person. Do I need to be scared? Like you get that kind of sense from him.
Would you be able to remind me why he thinks that about me?
Who?
Dasher.
No. He thinks that about me because I wasn't in there last time. It was just you talking to him.
Yeah.
Why he's like so he's just like
Well, like-
regularly surprised?
Yeah, like
not
why would you be back here? Like,
Oh,
Like concerned you brought muscle to like go
yeah.
back on the plane.
Yeah, some muscle.
Is everything okay? I hope there hasn't been any trouble with you keeping the secret for me.
Oh, sorry. This is just my friend. There's no trouble. We are here on friendly terms.
And then Daniel, or not Daniel, Vaniel. Um, yeah, you said there was something you wanted to discuss. I figured
Yeah,
I figured we'd be better off speaking in private, whatever it is, considering our situation here. So, thank you for coming back with me.
It is best in private, but it is not like emergency or like anything to be feared. I will relinquish to my friend here. She is a friend. She's friend, not foe. I promise, even though she can be a little scary.
Whoa, them's fighting words. Anyway, we got your name from Bonnie.
Nita has this like look of realization and then concern. Like, is Bonnie okay?
Bonnie's a friend of ours. We are in need of a mercenary, a doppelganger mercenary.
I see.
She told us that you would likely be the person to go to, or you might know of somebody else who would be willing to assist us in our quest. Even interested first before I say anything.
What are you needing this mercenary for?
That is the tricky part. We have been a
I'm
for what it
not
is.
not hearing anything you're saying, man.
You want to know what? I'm gonna go get my headphones. That might be better
Okay.
instead of just my my AirPods. I don't know why. It's so weird because these are what I've been using the last couple of times that we've
Which I've noticed it cut out before, but not this bad.
Right. Maybe they're getting low.
just charged them earlier today.
Huh.
Oh,
Ground apps
Weird.
running or something.
It's because sometimes I have one outside of my ear, so I have one on the table and then one in my ear. Okay, hold
it's
on.
like all that has came through just fine, but like when you were actually
Excuse me.
mid explanation, it just like cut out and just like went silent.
Let me get you real quick.
just did again there.
I'm guessing it has something to do with like noise cancellation or battery conservation or something.
Okay, is
Yeah,
that better?
maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Immediately I could hear that.
Sorry, guys.
Right.
Oh, you're good.
Maybe it's like how the sound was like echoing around you or something.
I don't know. It's so weird. I've never really had a problem with them before, so I don't know. Anyway, okay, so where did I leave off?
So he was asking what you need this mercenary to do. Like what
Oh yes. Okay. Uh, so it's kind of difficult to explain. Um, we have it on good source that a treasure that we are seeking, in order to get in, requires the presence of a doppelganger. However, we don't know what all of that entails, so we figure we would at least offer you some decent payment, uh, in acquiring your services and giving you the opportunity that if it ever gets to a point where it's too sticky for you, that you are allowed to leave.
um so you mentioned needing a doppelganger to get in. It my assumption would be that once you're in there would be other traps or possibly things guarding whatever you're trying to find. Um, do you know if it would be necessary for the doppelganger to be with you the entire time, or is it just to get in the door?
You know, that is an excellent question to ask our source.
Okay.
And we are willing to ask that if you would give us a few minutes to consult.
Few minutes.
Uh, you don't
I
need to
I
mean,
give
did
us.
Jason's
not
trying to
say
figure out.
that out loud.
Well, it
I
should probably. It would actually probably be more like an evening before we can get full. Actually, hold on, Meta. We only have one. We only have one question left, or we have two questions.
One today.
Okay. Okay. So actually, it
But
would
it would.
probably more likely be 24 hours before we have an answer for you.
okay.
Yeah.
I may be able to assist you, but I have a life here. I have Dasher. I have my bar. I have my friends downstairs. I would just want to make sure that I'll be able to make it back. And so if I'm required to be with you the entire time, I would probably want more up front to leave behind in case of, well, in a worst case scenario.
That's
Um,
that's valid.
but if you just need the door opened, then I wouldn't require as much.
Okay.
I am 100% on your side with that.
Yeah. Um, we were thinking to the money that you paid us off earlier today to pay back, and if it is going to require more, then we may negotiate more. Or not earlier today, yesterday, excuse me.
Do you know what the treasure is?
We don't. Wait, Meta, do we?
You guys know that
No.
it's been rumored to be a like sizable amount of gold. Basically everything that Neverember skimmed off the top when he was leaving the city.
Oh, okay. So
I'm gonna like turn and whisper to Sunny, maybe like negotiate like 10% of the treasure or something if he actually sticks with us.
Oh, let's do
Like
let's
since we don't know like how like what the treasure actually is gonna be.
Maybe let's haggle 5 and go from there, because I'm sure there will be a bit of haggling. But
I'm saying like something like that is like a percentage, maybe.
Yeah. I think
5% of it could be. We might not even be able to make it out with that much if it's that giant.
Yeah, there's a
I mean,
reason why when we
yeah.
created characters, I told you to turn on gold encumbrance.
Oh, okay. So
Just
whatever.
a
I
little
guess what I
metagaming
want
there,
you
but
Probably fair.
maybe 5% of what we make it out with.
10% of the
Yeah,
stash, he
I'm
can
thinking it's
pack
more
however
likely.
much he can. Like,
Slash, we can just
10%
get this guy like a suit of armor and say he keeps it, and like we're also protecting him for the mission.
Oh, that's
But if
not a
he
bad idea.
but if he
Like
comes
for the
with
price
us,
of armor, that will also get him, and he gets to keep it.
So what? Sorry, we'll stop meta. We'll
Yeah.
finish the conversation because
Yeah, sorry, I'm
we
not
have
even there.
we have time to negotiate. So that if we will discuss more if we think that your presence is required through the whole the whole thing.
yeah, we'll get more details for you of your entire your what is the word I'm looking for? I'm sorry. Your need for the mission as well as like what the mission entails.
Out of game, I just want to mention, like, paying attention to time. We've been playing for about 2 hours, but it's like almost 10 p.m. I just want to see how everybody's doing as far as like how much we continue.
I can probably
Good
go
on
till
my
about
end, since-
10:30.
Okay.
That worked for me too.
Okay.
I know y'all gotta. I know we y'all gotta work tomorrow.
I'm off for Indigenous Peoples Day, and Steven is off on Mondays. So
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
we're
that's
off,
so nice.
so we're
off
good
on
on our
Mondays
side.
now too.
I just wanted to double check because I looked at the time. But anyway, back to the game.
Yeah. So we can. Sorry, we can do 10:30, but that's not like a hardcore
Okay.
mark off. If we go to like 10:50, that yeah,
Just
we've got time.
being conscious of everything I have going on this month, it might be a couple weeks before we play again.
Yes.
So I just want to make sure that we wrap things up nicely to know where we're picking back up. All right. So, back to that conversation. I would likely be available to help you. But we can discuss what payment will look like once we have a little bit more information.
Okay.
That
That
is
sounds
fair.
good. Do you mind if we come by around the same time tomorrow?
Yeah, that should work.
Do we think Tink, do you think our source would give us answers sooner, or do you think that is a good assumption to make?
I think we can work with that.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for your time.
Yes,
Of
thank you very
course.
much.
Um, well, let's go ahead back down. Leads you back down the through the hole in the wall. And back to the bar. Um, while they were up there, what were Jackson and Bruno up to? Just hanging out,
Oh
having a beer.
Lord,
Yeah, just having a beer.
please be the only thing
Is
we were
there
up.
is there any like ditches or creeks nearby I could have been out there fishing in?
I mean, you're still in the dock ward, so like a couple blocks
Oh,
away, you would have been able to just be on the water.
Not a
yeah.
fucking weirdo.
Let's say I was doing that.
Okay.
You're just up and left, Jackson.
Jeez.
Good grief.
Um,
Jackson's like moping at the bar, just like throwing. I'm trying to fish too, but I'm like throwing my thing into open like mugs.
Just like in the middle of all the people you're landing in their drinks and shit.
Trying to land them in the cups and people look away. And then like pulling it back.
Ah, that's great.
So Steven, if Brunor is at the waterfront fishing, go ahead and roll a d20 for me. Looks like you have a 0 for wisdom.
17. Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Go ahead and roll. We're gonna do this a little bit differently. Roll a d6 for me.
A D6? A D's nuts. I rolled a 6. What the?
Okay. And then roll a d10.
D10, which one's that?
The one with the 0 on it.
The 0, not the 10. Okay. Here it is. Come on, don't fail me. Don't fail me. 2.
Okay.
Sure,
You
I'm
caught a
really
stonefish.
Oh, did that actually matter, or was it just kind of like a table that I was catching from?
So the d20 was to see if you caught anything,
Oh.
and then it was. I had you
62.
roll. I had you roll a 6 and a d10 instead of the 2 d10s because in that short amount of time, then you likely didn't get these major things, especially because you're like on the coast.
Right there on the waterfront.
Right.
A
So
stonefish.
stonefish.
Is it good for anything?
I mean, it's a fish.
Oh.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Is there any markets nearby I could sell it to? Or the restaurant in the bar?
Probably. Yeah.
I was also wanting to stop by a jeweler or something like that to get my acorn appraised.
They take one look at it and they're like, "This is an acorn."
Is this a joke?
I'm
I
not
could have
even
told you
sure
that,
I'm like,
stupid.
I'm not even sure I'm like the best place to take it.
So
It's a very nice acorn though.
so the stonefish, I was just looking this up to see like would it be considered like a delicacy? Well, stonefishes are the most venomous fish known. Stings can be fatal to humans. They're found in coastal regions of the Indo-Pacific.
So we
You're
should
talking,
probably sell it to an apothecary.
you're talking about in real life or in the game?
In real life.
100% in real life. Yeah.
Well, there's not like a chart of this is how much you would get for each type of fish that you sell. So I was just like, all right, well, in real life, like, what would this look like here? But yeah, you got a big venomous fish.
Yeah, they look like stones too, so
Yeah.
that's why it makes it really easy to step on them.
Yeah. As far as I can tell, they're not really worth anything. So I'm going to.
You might be able to, which this is kind of metagaming, but you might be able to sell it to Tally, your neighbor who has the
That's what I was saying. Sell it to an
yeah.
apothecary because they could use it for poison and anti venom, actually, for that matter.
Yeah, let me go ahead and do that and see how much it's worth.
And then, like, if it's not worth that, then just give it to the dragon.
Or, eat it.
Have a pet. Oh my god, yeah.
All right, so you
But
guys head back towards
sweet.
home.
Yep. Marmaduke!
On the way home, then I assume Brunor would stop by to try to sell this fish.
Yep.
She looks at it like kind of grossed out, but also, yeah, this is useful. Um, You know what? Since you're my neighbor, I'll give you a little extra here. How does 5 gold sound?
Sounds swimmingly.
She just rolls her eyes.
Bruno's gonna get a big grin on his face. Get it?
Uh huh.
Tink's gonna like super excitedly step forward and be like, I found this exceptional acorn, and I was wondering if it would be of value to you.
Sonny's just gonna walk out and go home.
Um, it might be of value to a squirrel.
But it's a very nice acorn.
I'm sorry, I can't help you out here.
Well, that's all Tink says.
Well,
Um, here's
Leaves
here's
it
the
at that.
here's the money for that fish. Thank you guys. This has been an interesting visit.
Tink is genuinely offended.
y'all are wild. All right. So now that we are, or can we make sure that the we are speaking in private?
I assume that you guys would go upstairs once you get home,
Okay.
like not
Okay.
in the bar portion.
Yeah.
Probably wise.
Marmaduke.
Meow.
Meow.
So we have one question to figure out, basically, if it's more of a driver type situation and he can go, or if he has to come in with us.
Yes. So Brunor, we need you to ask the stone a question, and it means we might have to wait to ask a follow-up question in the morning because Vaniel needs to know if he really just needs to unlock the door for us or if he needs to see us through the whole mission.
Please clarify what you want him to ask, otherwise it will not get asked correctly.
How did I think that's how Vaniel said it. Do I need to stay for the whole thing? Does he need to be there just to unlock the door, or does he have to accompany us through the whole mission?
All right. Well, Bruno asks that in that exact way.
The enchantment on the door is set to unlock once things are brought before it. Those items do not need to enter the chamber.
Okay.
That work?
And I have a follow-up question.
So you're out of questions for today, but we
I was
could
gonna
just
say-
we could easily just say like, all right,
Which
long
sucks.
rest next morning.
All right. My next question is, do we need the items to unlock the door to get back out?
Oh.
Good point.
That's what they debated.
Um,
But honestly, how it was evading that, we're gonna need to ask him to wait outside. And but that, oh, if he gets like attacked on that side, that could suck.
so if we're assuming that like next morning, that would be the first question asked. Just kind of jumping forward a little bit.
Yeah.
The door will remain open unless the guardian closes it.
Oh. Muy interesante.
No, me gusta.
Which means that most likely the Guardian is going to shut us in. So
Yeah.
the answer is yes. We need him on entrance and on exit.
Sounds like we kind of
Um,
need to keep it
No.
close just for
which
safety.
that
I
means
don't
that
even like.
hang on. That means that I didn't properly answer the question there because that's something that should have been answered. Is the the keys are not needed to open the door from the inside.
Okay, so once we're in, we can get out. We just
Door.
can't get in.
But the door can be closed at any time by a guardian. What if it just decides to close it while we're in there with or without the
Closing
key?
doesn't mean it's locked though. Just because it's closed. So if the guardian closes the door, he cannot get in, but we can still get out. However, if one of us gets out of the room and two of you are left in there, then you're on your own.
I mean, whoever said that the door only stops some random other entity? Like, the whole point is that we have to unlock it to, like, get through.
Yeah, yes, but Hallie, if what you were saying, what I'm assuming you're saying is, once we're in, we're fine. If the door is closed, we can still get out, but no one can get in if the door is closed.
That would be an assumption.
Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't trust a fucking thing that stone says, is my point.
Well, it's gonna have to be a risk we're gonna have to take.
I
Yeah,
want
that
that
being
person to
said,
be with us. I would not trust to just send him off and go back home on his merry way.
here's my offer: is we tell him that we'll give him a certain amount to come unlock it for us. And if he wants to come with us, most likely there's going to be more gold than all of us can carry, and he can line his pockets with as much weight as he can.
Do we want to
Yeah,
tell him
yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah.
That's why I would stick with a percent thing rather than just filling.
It is kind of a percent. It's
Pockets.
his weight in gold. It's what he can carry in gold.
Yeah, but if we go in there and like there's like 2 pounds of gold,
Well, then
Then
I guess that's.
unfortunately it's
I was gonna
his.
say that's
Yeah.
the risk we're willing to take, I guess, and that's the risk that he's gonna have to be willing to take.
no risk on his part though. He'd be getting all the gold either way. Or I mean, like even if there was like hardly any gold, he's not any less off.
Yeah, and it's not exactly like we're hurting for gold right now.
I'd say either that or just getting him fully armored up and saying he can keep that if he like
Go
comes with
back
us or
to
something.
giving a percent of it. I mean, like
I'm just thinking we're gonna have to armor this dude up no matter what.
Well, if he's a
So if that's
mercenary,
part
he
of
very
his thing,
likely has
then
his own. If he's a mercenary, he
my
very
bad.
likely has his own
Right,
armor.
is he
my
though, or
bad.
is he just a barman?
Right in the middle of that, I accidentally unplugged my shit, so I didn't hear anything after I'd cut off.
I guess we're just gonna. Well, I guess we will have to ask him if he has his own stuff. But I'm going to assume that he does. He didn't say otherwise. So
Do we need the other two questions?
let's hash this out real quick. So to accompany us, we are going to pay him what he paid us off with the day before yesterday, yeah? Which was 200 gold, I think.
Yes.
Okay. We will obviously be his protection and do our best to protect him should we come across any, battles. He will unlock the door. How would you guys like to proceed from there?
He can get 10% after that if he actually comes in. That's my argument. for 25% or percentage of the bounty.
For me, I'm kind of on the what he feels like he could carry out, but we get
But
first
we
pick. So
don't
like,
even know what the goal or what the prize is. Like, what if it's
right?
like
So we
some?
say we get first pick, and then he can carry whatever else he can
If
carry
Well,
back
now
as
you're
extra
saying for
payment.
first pick. That's not
but
what was
think about it.
said. Though.
Yeah,
If it's
yeah. Well, no, I'm adding that.
if it's 3 pounds of gold, what?
What if
Why?
it's not
Why
gold
would we?
though?
Why would we care? Why would we care?
What?
You know.
But what if
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not gold? What? You don't know what the treasure is. You're assuming it's gold.
Well, it's whatever what's his butt
So
was
if
skimming off the
it's some
top.
We
priceless thing that's like you don't want in the hands of just some random Joe
I have an
Blow,
idea.
like
I bet I know who knows how much gold there is.
yeah,
Oh.
we know it's gold.
The stone.
So
But how
how
much?
much it is, you might know.
we
So
know
let's
it's
go
Well,
a
we
ahead
asked him
treasure.
previously, and he said what got skimmed off the top, which we assume is a lot if it's like an entire city's worth of economy.
yeah.
So at least we would know how much gold there is. We won't necessarily know what else there is, but we will at least know how much gold content there is.
And I'd
What
rather
is
keep the what else, which is why I don't like the percentage, because then he gets a percentage of magical items or whatever.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and ask what is the exact value
I don't
Oh.
like that
Gold.
wording either.
Of gold, the exact value of gold.
of
Or no,
gold?
what is
Okay.
the
Weight,
amount?
maybe, instead of value. Because then
What
we
is
have something like empirical instead of qualitative.
so? What is the amount of gold?
Yeah.
Is
In
that
You have to give him a. I mean, I'm
in
just thinking of it like a computer programming.
it
uh,
in the vault?
in volume or in weight or in like market value, I guess would be the.
What is the exact market value of all gold,
There you go.
platinum,
There we
silver,
go.
and copper being
There
stored
you
in this vault?
go.
Currency.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The exact value of Neverember's greed was never fully accounted, but there is at least 500,000 gold.
Holy
There
shit!
you go.
So yeah, whatever he can
5%
carry.
no.
Can you also ask it if there's anything more than gold?
That'll be our third question for the day.
Or
feel like-
anything, wording it in a way that's not just gold, but like anything more than
We've
currency or something like that.
Well, the only reason we really need to know right now is because we need to be able to know that we can actually offer his weight in gold.
yes.
Everything else is just a bonus from then. We'll see it when we get there.
And maybe even keep the question for one more bargaining chip next time you return to like hire him.
Yes.
In case there's anything else he wants to know.
I agree with that.
Try and squeeze Bruno through the hole so you can
No, we
sidebar
we can't let him know.
Well, no, but you can like sidebar it like he's the informant kind of.
Oh yeah.
You can just whisper under his breath to it and you guys can unhuddle.
Yeah, I could talk to it in my head.
And that's basically just if there's anything that he wants to know for his health and safety or whatever prior.
Then
Oh,
you're
yeah,
Since you
kind of
now
giving
know the
away.
amount,
Then you're kind
it's
of giving away that we have the answers 2 seconds away, though. That's why we just spent a whole day leaving. Otherwise, we would just stepped out, talked to Bruno, and stepped back in.
He wouldn't know that we didn't already know the answer to his potential question.
there's that. Like we've already talked with our informant and they said this, and you're just sidebarring for whatevs.
I would do that. That's not a bad idea.
I was gonna say I can pretend it's like Meiji and I'm like telepathing a question somewhere, and then they won't know who
And
the
I
hell
was
they
gonna say,
actually
and
are.
you can do a good
I don't actually
performance.
have that, but like I can fake it
I
since
was
I
gonna
have
say,
other Arcana things.
I was gonna say you have the ability to perform, so you know.
Yes. So back to the hole in the wall with that info to see
Yep.
if they're still interested.
Yep.
And pick up the adamantium bar on the way.
Yeah, I think so.
If it's ready.
Well, I don't know if we should grab it right away. We should probably he might have some affairs that need to be tied up before we go on this trip. So maybe leave the adamantium in
Yeah.
safe hands right now.
Do you think we should plan for next game in game day, basically? Since everything is ready though, if he's ready to go the next day.
Yeah. I don't think we need anything else. I think we're pretty still pretty everything bought up for like healing potions and whatnot.
Same.
I think I have 3 healing potions. If not, then I will grab some on the way out, but that's minor planning comparatively.
And the armor people should just have a basic kind of thing we can snag up tonight
Yeah, if we
or in
yeah,
game day, you know.
if we need to, yeah. Does that sound good to everyone?
Yep.
Sure.
Okay. Ow, ow, ow. So what do we? So we decided that yes, offering him whatever you can carry in your weight in gold,
Yep.
you may take, and then if there's anything more, we will cross that bridge when we get there. But we stipulate with him, you can carry off your weight in gold. Does that sound good?
Yep.
As much as you can carry by yourself.
Yep. Or a bag or whatever you're willing to fill up and go with. Oh.
He's gonna show up with some sort of cart.
I mean, if that's what he wants to do. But it sounds like there will still be plenty. Um, and by that point, I'm going to assume that yes, we will. He will still have access to the vault, but at that point, there's gonna be so much gold. I don't think we're really gonna care at that point.
And he can't sneak in there without the other items, and he's
Mm,
unlikely to. So
we
that
just
gives
have.
us a few more days to keep smuggling treasure out before anyone could potentially beat us to the rush.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. All right. I think we have our game plan. We're gonna wait until late afternoon / early evening to head out there.
We're looking at about 8,300 pounds worth of gold. So
Well, dang, maybe he can carry about 5%.
I think
Because we can like carry double our weight.
the weight that it lists here is 10,000, so it's probably assuming that some of it's not gold coins.
that would make sense.
But
Still, well, I don't know. That seems fair. He'd get like 300 of the 10,000.
Okay.
Well, now what?
I think
Hallie's
we're
not
just
muted, is she?
no,
I think we're just waiting to go that evening.
Let's go pick up that adamantium.
No, we decided we were gonna leave it for a day in safe hands so that we don't have it just, running around in our bags.
Ah,
I mean, we have tons of gold at our house.
I mean, yeah, if you want to keep it at the house. All right. I think we are ready to go see what's his bucket, assuming it's evening.
Okay.
Daniel.
Ben, yep. He notices you guys come in, and
Hold on. Do
okay.
we notice anyone following us on the way there?
Make a perception check.
That's what I was just gonna. That's a nat 20. +4.
Um, you do notice that there seem to be some footsteps behind you.
Okay. Can I just I guess I would want to do this stealthily. How do I want to do this? Can I dip into an alley? Let me make a stealth check real quick. And just while everyone else is walking, I'm gonna say, "Hey, keep going." Just
Okay.
quietly whisper to tell them to keep going.
Mhm.
And then dip into an alley and see if I can see who's following us.
Yeah.
I think my stealth is +6. +7. Ooh. 14 + 7, 20, 23?
Okay.
21. 21.
You recognize the person who's following behind
Mm-hmm.
you.
Mm-hmm.
It's Tashlin from the Zentarum from Dabble's group.
Interesting. Can I just kind of pop
You
up
say
beside her real quick?
Tashlin, like with a T?
Yes. The person who took over when Dabble was in jail.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm gonna pop up next to her real quick. I'm gonna have my I just have claws, so but I'm gonna be, have a dagger out real quick and
Okay.
pop up next to her. That's probably gonna be another stealth.
Yes.
Oh, that's a little less stealthy. That's a 13.
That's enough.
Okay. And I'm gonna just kind of hold the dagger to the small of her back as we walk. I've noticed you've been following us. Do you care to tell me why?
Oh, she.
I heard that after you went on your mission to find Dasher, that you keep returning to this bar that we've heard Dasher used to frequent.
Ah,
I want to make
I
sure that
see.
you're not trying to double cross us here.
Hmm. See, we just have business with the barkeep.
What type of business would that be?
Regarding the stone?
Not sure what you're referring to.
I'm sure you're not. But hold on.
I'm not
Okay.
sure that they do know about the stone.
It's so, this is like on an, like, this is sus though, like, because they do though, because weren't they originally
Yes,
part of the
they
mix up in front of our inn?
yes, they
So like,
were.
this is two people like playing lie games. I see you, gangsters. Some
Yeah.
007.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So she knows, that's why I was like, I'm sure. So how about you turn around and head back and let us continue on our business. As I'm sure you know that this will be a beneficial win for the Zentarum. Because we've proven time and time again that we are loyal to the Zentarum.
If that turns out to not be true, it will be coming out of your pockets.
I would not expect anything less.
I'll be in touch.
Looking forward to it.
And she'll split off.
Woo! I'm like sweating.
I feel like you just snapped into that. Like, this is getting real. Real talk.
Ooh. I'm gonna jump up on the roof. I'm gonna watch her for a little bit. Watch her. Make sure she goes the way of the earth that she said she was going.
Yeah, she's heading towards the yawning portal.
Yeah, I'm sure she is. That's right.
Have a little chat with your boss.
I'm sure.
I just want to point out that Kitty Boy is letting me pet his arm with his tail, and he's falling asleep.
Cats, they rule the world.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna catch back up to the group.
Well, where'd you dip off to?
A mutual friend was following us because we've been frequenting this inn of where
I
a
didn't know you
certain.
had friends.
Excuse you. Mhm. Was Tasha following us because she has seen us come this way, or sources have seen us come this way a few times. I told her that we were dealing with the barkeeper regarding the stone.
Well, that
To
doesn't
which,
bode well.
to which she feigned it. She feigned ignorance, and I feigned it back. So
If it's Devil's right hand, that means we're pretty high on their
radar.
espionage target list right now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I told her that we have proven faithful in all of the um or what not tasks assignments they have given us, and to just trust us.
Well, we might have to pay them back double to let this one drop
That's
after get some gold, but
that's
well played.
fine. At that point, I don't think they will care. They will just be happy that they will have money coming in. And if that means we have to buy their silence for the what I can't remember what his name is, Dasher, then so be it.
We also are gonna have to assume we're being watched at all times.
Yes, which means I'm going to have to make a lot of stealth checks. And a
Yeah,
lot.
I was gonna say just keep checking our six once in a while, I guess. Does
Mhm.
anyone else have really high perception checks? My investigation's good, but not perception.
My perception, my passive perception is 14. My perception that I roll for is a +4. So
Okay.
super
I'm just
sneaky
thinking
cat.
maybe we all roll whenever you roll kind of thing, even just to get the extra.
Well, we
I
don't
had
want
a
to make it. We don't want to make
29
it.
passive perception.
We don't want to make it super obvious that all of us are trying to look.
That's actually fair. Risk of ones and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we're being watched.
Yep.
Just a good kitty boy.
All right. So then you make it the rest of the way to the tavern.
I sure as hell hope so.
So Vaniel sees you guys come in and like waves you guys over. Should we go back upstairs or find somewhere that we can speak with your entire group?
If you trust the bodies in here, then we can find a quiet corner.
Yeah, let's go to this booth right over here. So what were you able to learn?
Well, from what it sounds like, we just need you to unlock the door. However, it would be prudent for you to stay with us, which is why we are going to offer. We have it on good information that there is a significant amount of a reward that you can leave with whatever amount of gold you can carry.
Interesting.
So we will pay you the 200. And if you stay with us, then you can take out whatever booty you would like. If
Not my booty.
you do not make it out alive for whatever reason that we do not foresee happening, you have it on my honor that I will make sure you're in, and our mutual friend here is taken care of.
That would have been my next concern, is if I stay with you and I'm not able to carry anything out, will my loved ones
We
be taken care of?
we will make sure you and yours are taken care of. I will at least promise that. I'm not sure about anybody else, but I will at least promise that.
Seconded. And we'll do our best to protect you during
Yes.
this. Do you have equipment? How much of war have you seen, sir?
My stuff has been in storage since moving to the city, but I do have some gear.
Gang fight? Knife fight? Sword fight? Any experience?
Jesus. I'm gonna like elbow him.
Yeah, he didn't acknowledge any of that, but
Good God. Is all Tink's gonna like mumble under her breath?
so when do you plan for this expedition to take place?
Well, assuming you have everything, we can leave tomorrow.
Morning or evening?
You guys want to head out in the morning?
Sure.
Seconded.
Sure.
Thirded.
We'll head out. Heather, is that all right? Or Tink?
Yeah. Sounds like a plan, I guess. I am
Alright.
satisfied with the disclosure, so.
Okay. Alright, tomorrow morning. Where, Hallie, where are we supposed to leave from?
So that's something for you guys to figure out where everybody's meeting at, but you've identified a tower in like a smaller, older tower in the castle ward that likely would have been what they're referring to.
I'm trying to find Castle Ward.
So, like north of the yawning portal.
I vote
Oh,
we
yeah.
pick him up in the morning. That way we can check our tail prior and after, instead of him coming to us oblivious, I guess,
You
unprotected.
know, a good place to meet would be the market. Good even ground and really easy for us to lose tails if we need to.
Nice. I can't. The map refreshed on me. Is that like basically in between, or
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just north of the Castle Ward.
cool?
And it would make it so that we aren't being followed down here again.
Sounds good.
All right.
Oh.
So you have that plan there. Just for the sake of wrapping things up all nicely, is there anybody else that you wanted to talk to before embarking?
Maybe the
I don't.
ties with that other guy that we were spying on, since it's been another day. That's all I can think of that we had ongoing, right? And picking up the bar on the way.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think we all have. We can buy stuff at the
Market?
yeah. Does that sound good?
Sound good?
All right. So going to the yawning portal. And again, I'm just kind of like speeding through a couple of things here just for the sake of time. But the Obaya, the person that you asked to keep an eye on your friend in the tavern. Oh, sorry. She mentioned that she hasn't seen anything new other than he continues to leave at precisely that time every evening. Um, let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Um, I don't know if, since every time we're in the yawning portal, you seem to chat with Dabble. I don't know if you wanted to stop and talk to him about anything, but
Mm,
Wait, the center of the yawning portal is a well, isn't it? Or is it just a...
yeah, it's like this big hole that goes several stories down into a dungeon.
And it's basically a well, or is it not a well? Is there a puddle of water at the bottom?
No.
Oh, never mind.
Why, you want to jump in?
I want to go fishing.
Oh.
yeah, I'll go see Dabble real quick.
Okay.
Dabble.
Sunny. It's been a couple days. You haven't been checking in as often as you had previously. Is everything okay?
Is anybody in there with us?
His normal, like, entourage.
Mm. Yes, but I'm sure you have been keeping well aware of our happenings, so I guess I don't need to come in and check in every day, do I?
What are you referring to?
Do you mind if we have the room alone?
As long as you don't mind them, taking weapons as they walk away, because I'm not sure that I appreciate your tone.
Nope, they're welcome to. That's totally fine. This is not an aggressive. I would just
Alright.
like to chat. I would just like to chat privately where few ears are around.
All right. And he nods at them to step away.
Okay. I'm going to pull out some. Hold on. Make sure I even have. Yeah. We're good. Regarding a certain halfling that we were sent to look for, I'm going to slide across a bag of gold to him.
And what's this?
This is for your silence. It is the amount that you've been offered by the family. I realize it is a significant amount of gold for the Zentarum. And you're not going to ask any more questions.
Understood.
And you're also going to keep Tasha off my tail from now on. I think we have come to a level of trust and respect that we are here to benefit you and not backstab you.
Well, forgive me if this is a bit blunt, but I did recently go to jail in part because of actions from your party at the Growlhund estate.
Yes, but that was not on purpose, nor was it to backstab you. And we have since learned that there's some railroading that we can't do in this city that maybe we could get away with elsewhere. Jabs at the DM.
I told
That's the
you.
rule.
I told you at the start of the campaign that this is a city with laws, not a horror wasteland. So,
Yes, but we forgot because all we've been doing is the horror wasteland. Jeez.
I love it. It's like GTA, like
Oh,
you
man.
start doing stuff and then there's suddenly cops on you and you're like, oh shit, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
well, I appreciate this gesture. Um, yeah, it seems there's no point in keeping up an act, especially since it's just two of us here. Is there anything that you need our assistance with for your other mission?
Oh, that is a good question. That is a good question. I didn't think he was actually gonna be all nicey nice.
Of
It's like,
course,
yeah,
the
man.
Zentarum will expect some compensation.
Oh, I'm sure, especially because they know exactly what we are going for.
Oh yeah.
Do you mind if I talk with my associates?
Sidebar.
By all means,
Okay.
you could bring them up here if you'd like.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, I'll bound down real quick. Bing, 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 bing. Hey guys, want to go talk with Davil?
Sure.
And I'm gonna kind of just debrief him on the way up. Oh, yeah. uh, let's he is offered to help. Obviously, there will be some something in it for them if that is the case. Is that something we are willing to negotiate?
want to see their armory. Show me the weapons.
Okay, so I'm going to assume that Jackson is a yes. How about Tink and Brunor?
Is there a spot for fishing?
Oh my word. What do you think, Tink? Heather, are you there? Hello? Have you left us?
Did she fall asleep?
I was just gonna ask, did she fall asleep?
I was gonna say it has been a bit since she commented. That could totally be it.
Oh, poor kid's wiped out. Well, I guess maybe we should leave off here then, I guess.
Yeah. So I'll make a note of that. I was trying to like wrap things up all nicely so that next session could be like, all right, we go to the market and we meet up with Daniel. Yeah. But
We're close, I think. We're close.
yeah.
That is an interesting. It could be nice to get even just some extra, like, essentials running in there,
Yeah.
or a hand or two.
Yeah. Not a bad idea. I don't know if I want an extra hand from them, but I don't mind using their stuff.
A lot of it
Wait,
is about how much you can
maybe-
carry out. So we'll see.
Maybe
yeah.
Dabble will come with us.
There you go. Then you're only trusting the one person who knows about it.
Yeah, but maybe he's a shitty fighter.
We'll find out.
What
And
does
if
his
he
stat
is,
block look like?
you move up the ranks, even if slightly.
That's true.
Yeah, but Tashlin doesn't like her as much as Davil does, so.
Yeah, Tashlin can suck it.
That's true. That's true. It could actually hurt your standings.
Tashlin who? It's Sunny right hand what?
But some one-on-one fighting side by side,
A little
that could help.
bromance. Bonding over bloodshed.
Wounding. I think he's probably a really good fighter. Didn't he make it out of a couple of the things before us?
Yeah. I mean, he
Oh,
leads
yeah.
his own group of Zentarum,
Yeah.
so, like, he has to have some amount of ability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's stacked. So I guess we'll find out if Heather's down for some gangs help later.
Alright. Well, in that case, I will go ahead and stop recording there.